years, more than 25 years. Did you see that at the beginning, that you would be here?
Absolutely not. You know, I was having an awful lot of fun when we started the band, but I think I thought at the outside it would maybe be 4 or 5 years, and then I would go back to university and finish a degree. But here we are, quarter of a century later.
It's cool now because we're starting to get seniors benefits. When we go to a film, we get a discount, that sort of thing. It helps on the road.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Well, and the fillet of fish is under $2 now.
And also, like, the improv and the fun and everything and all of your sets, and even, it seems like even your videos and that kind of thing. I read that was a constant from the beginning, from your very first performance.
I think humor has been an intrinsic part of how we relate to each other and how we relate to our audience right from the beginning. I frankly don't know how other bands do it. Like, it would just get so boring and monotonous.
To not joke around and change things up?
Yeah.
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 It would become like a Las Vegas show, you know, the same thing every night. And I think that's something that our audiences really love about our show, is that it is different every time they come to see the show.
And is this Led Zeppelin? Is this the first time that you've been doing that?
We've played Led Zeppelin a lot of times before, but this is the first time that I've been on drums and Ty's singing lead.
That's true.
And he's killing it.
He's really good at it.
We just did it one night as a joke. Kev started playing the riff, and it was awesome. So we've kept it in the set.
People seem to like it.
Are you going to be doing it tonight, do you think?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think we'll be pulling that out.
That's awesome. And then for your music videos too, does the band have a hand in the making of the music videos and the?
Yeah, I mean, generally, we're very involved in those kind of creative decisions. With this video, it was really just the decision to work with those Rooster Teeth guys, and we let them have free reign on it because we trust them and they're smart and funny. And it was Matt from Rooster Teeth, Matt Hullum's idea to do the video, and they really did an amazing job. We'd like to work with them again.
Awesome.
We often get a storyboard proposed to us, and as soon as they told us what the scenario was in this video, we all just said, that's great, let's do this.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was so easy, this video.
I was interested to know too, who wrote the scrolls that came across the
They
bottom?
did.
Did they really?
They wrote all of that stuff. Like
Those are
all the
hilarious.
graphics, everything was their ideas. Matt was very specific about directing us, and yeah, it was a great process.
Yeah, no, those are funny.
They're very funny
They're,
guys.
they're like Monty Python to our Beatles. Yeah. We just kind of have the same kindred spirit.
Yeah.
No, that's great. And the Grammys, how was that? Was that awesome being on the red carpet?
Yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah?
You know, it's my first time on that side of the carpet. I've been as a nominee a couple of times, so it was fun to just go and joke around. You know, I think my wife was concerned that I was going to feel envious or, you know, that it was going to be difficult, but I just had a blast. It was fun to be back and just throw people some curveballs.
And did you prepare for that, or was that all
I
as it went?
didn't. Yeah, I didn't have any time to prepare because we did Edmonton, Calgary, Panama City, Panama, Hartford, Connecticut the night before, and then I flew that morning. I literally got to the red carpet 3 minutes before we went to air, so I had no prep time.
I got to the brown sofa about 5 minutes before he went to air.
That's funny. And I guess you can really prepare with Pharrell. I saw you singing the Mountie.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I think it really threw him off.
What did you say to him?
I said he looks like old school Canadian law enforcement. He had this tall brown hat and a red
Yeah.
jacket. I don't think he knew what to say. He was like, thank you.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about the internet. You, as a band, you've always been sort of innovative that way, and using it for you, like right from the beginning. I remember, interactive press kit on floppy disk in 1994. Always reaching out to fans on your website, blogging, a flash drive album.
Yeah.
And then obviously now the coolest collaboration in the history of the world. So how important is it to be on top of technology as a band?
Well, I think it's The internet just provides another way to communicate with our fans, you know, so we've been trying to make the best of that technology, even, you know, since it was really crappy, you know, back in the day with, like you said, making an electronic press kit, distributing shows on USB, and albums on flash drives. And, you know, now I just find it fun to reach out and engage people via Twitter or Facebook or whatever. I mostly use Twitter and Instagram, but it's just an easy way to communicate.
This band, when it started, we were dealing with cassettes and vinyl and then CDs, and it's just changed so much how bands reach their audience. So I think it is important to stay on top of that. And as Ed said, now it's really fun with Instagram and photos that you can post of where you are on tour. The fans can really be a part of the whole tour in a weird way.
That's very cool. And are there setbacks still as well with any struggles with the internet, or a lot of people complain about like the record sales and that kind of thing? But
Well, sure. I mean, that's the obvious pitfall, is the fact that we make, you know, a product that is digital. You know, if genes could be transferred over an Ethernet cable or a Wi-Fi signal, the Gap would be out of business too. We're just really fortunate that we built a really big audience throughout the 90s, and we can go and play live in front of lots of people and stuff, but record sales have all but disappeared, except for a handful of artists every year. So we're lucky we have we built a big and loyal audience.
And do you have to make sure that you're performing a lot more and stuff because of that? But
Only if you want to make money.
And stay on the radar, so to speak.
Yeah.
Now the Chris Hadfield collaboration, he's been a fan of the bands for a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So is that sort of how did that come to be? That's amazing.
Chris first reached out in the late 90s or early 2000s and just said, I'm a big fan of the band, and if you guys are ever in Houston, I'd love to give you a tour of Mission Control, which we took him up on and went and had an awesome time there. And we've just kept in touch. He's come out to see the band a bunch of times and brought his family out. And Chris and I were speaking together at a Music Cares function. We were presenting a school with instruments for a band program, orchestral instruments. And that's when he first brought the idea up to me. He said, 8 months from now, I'm going up into space again, and I'd really like to try some recording. Would you help me write a song?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Was that hard to record that?
No, it was really fun. We recorded it live off the floor with Chris live in space, and we're all so good that it wasn't hard at all.
Yeah, and we had a full team of people who had prepared for the session, and it all ran quite smoothly. The coolest part was seeing Chris, at the end of the song, he let his guitar go, and it just kind of floated out of the frame.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, this isn't really normal.
And he's an awesome singer too. So
Yeah, he's
that's-
great.
He's got a nice voice.
Yeah, and he's a new professor here in
I
town.
heard, yeah.
Yeah, so lucky
He's helping
student.
me out with I'm doing a celebration of Lou Reed on March 1st, and
really?
he's going to sing Satellite of Love.
Oh, cool. I
Yeah.
didn't even know
Oh,
that.
you didn't?
No.
Will that be in Toronto?
It'll
or-
be in Toronto, but it will air
That's really cool.
on Lou's birthday, March 1st.
Nice. That's very awesome. So basically, yeah, Grinning Streak. What's the story behind that name?
I think, Tyler suggested the name, and it just really resonated with me right away. I think a grin implies confidence, and, it's not laughing, it's not sarcastic, it's not a smirk, it's a grin. I think we were in a really good place.
Kind of fits the feeling of the record, more upbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I heard you were speaking before about the whole record sort of feel of coming through struggle and coming out on the other side, and now it's upbeat. So is that sort of the...
Yeah, I think that's it. The last record was difficult to make for so many reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And then making it was actually really liberating and empowering, Once we got all those shows under our belts, I think we hit the studio on this record with a new confidence.
And you're just ready to just have fun now. I guess.
Yeah. This tour is going great. This is...
We're old men looking for a good time.
This is our fourth tour leg. You know, we've done 2 tours in the U.S. and 1 in the U.K. So we're well into this tour already and having a great time.
Awesome. And new single coming out this
Yeah,
week?
new single drops on Friday.
And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's called Did I Say That Out Loud? And it's what the kids are calling a kick-ass jam.
Really?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
My kids, anyway.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
All right.
guys.
Thanks, Candace.
Thank you,
Nice
Candace.
to meet
Thank
you.
Oh.